general principle of our faith speaks to the respect for human life. And whatever it takes to perpetuate life and to sustain life, to celebrate life, and to add to life, that general principle speaks to the issue of organ donation. The only biological dynamic in the Old Testament and New Testament as well, because it is a Jewish book, speaks to the life of the flesh is in the blood. It speaks to the fact that the body is treasured by God, and it is a sacred physical entity. So there are no contradictory themes or dynamics when it comes to organ donation. So we sort of, from my perspective, we kind of back into the affirmation of organ donation, because if in fact you can give of yourself to sustain someone else's life, then theologically we're very, very, very comfortable with that. Just from my faith dynamic, or my faith perspective, Jesus gave his life to sustain and to bring our lives back to life. So there is something fundamental and very simplistic about this from the vantage point that we live our lives sacrificially. And in living life in a sacrificial spirit, with a sacrificial spirit, whatever it takes, even in death, to sustain life for someone that we leave behind, to me is a gift that we give even when we're gone. So I believe that it's not the whole concept, of theme, or the motif of organ donation is right in line with, to me, Christian ethics and the whole theme of sacrificing oneself for the life of someone else. Because I have so many friends that have benefited from organ transplants, because several loved ones that I prayed for the chemical and the biological and all of the surgeries to work on their behalf. It has brought so much joy to my life to see friends that I love so much wait for an organ. And when they get the news that they found a kidney or a heart, and to experience the joy in their souls that someone has given them life or a lifeline, it personally is just, it's sort of a celebration of a miracle to me. And so it means everything to me to know that people have enough love in their hearts for humanity and a willingness to give of themselves for a greater benefit for someone else is just something that's so powerful and so needed in our world today. That organ donation is the paradigm and the picture and the portrait of of Christian sacrifice and one of the virtues that Jesus taught that supports that whole dynamic of organ donation. Jesus says this. He says, unless a man is willing to deny himself, he has no place in the kingdom. It is an issue of self-denial. I mean, just from a simplistic, fundamental vantage point, what good is an organ going to do you in the grave? You know, we donate blood while we're alive, because the Bible says that the life of the flesh is in the blood. And organs are sustained with the blood flow of a human being. And with that being the case, because blood is spiritual in nature and life-giving in essence, the organ is the vehicle to facilitate the blood flow to keep one's body alive. So if there is an organ that can experience, I think, you know, I'm not a scientist by no stretch of the imagination, but the organ to me is the vehicle. It is the facilitator. It is not the life itself. So if I can give someone, if, you know, you look at the metaphor of a car, if I can give someone a fuel pump or carburetor or an engine, for example, and blood is available, or oil or gas is available to flow through the engine, it takes nothing from me but a desire to sustain life for someone else that you may know or may not know. So often we look at scientific dynamics only through science, and we operate, especially here lately with this coronavirus fiasco, we look at science and spirituality as contradictions, that God does not have anything to do with science, that they are contradictions. But practical reality tells us that they are not contradictions, they are correlatives, that they are two ends of the same pole, that they complement one another. And yes, I believe in miracles, but I also believe in the miracle of the intellect, the creativity of man, the ingenuity of our minds to advance what God has already established here on planet Earth. So I just believe that science and spiritual things work hand in hand.